Hi. Okay. Just wanted to do a quick video on my first round of chemo. Um, it's actually a week ago. I started it. I had it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today is Friday. Um, but it's just been a crazy week, and this is the first time I've actually been able to do it. So, chemo this round was kind of interesting because not interesting. I feel like it's kind of like a pass because one, you have no clue what to expect. Um, and it for me, it didn't really seem like a reality. Everything happened so fast. We get the final diagnosis Friday. I get my port that next Tuesday, and then I start chemo on Wednesday. So it was just like a whirlwind of activity and, just crazy. And so I went Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and honestly, it was almost like a vacation, which is so bad to say because I'm getting chemo and toxins are going into my body to kill this cancer. But I'm pregnant, I have a 10-month-old. Um, Life has been a little, crazy. Like I've been having morning sickness for the past like 3 months and then just taking care of Grayson, and it's tiring and you don't really get that much of a break. And so it's like, okay, I'm going to go to the hospital and I have to sit here for 4 to 7 hours and not really do anything. And that was in a way awesome, which I feel so horrible saying because at that point it all hadn't hit me. Like the reality of what is actually happening hadn't hit me. So I could still, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, whatever. So, for me, the place where I'm going has completely like private beds, private rooms. You have your own bathroom, TV. You can get room service. So it's like super nice. And I am so thankful that we are going there, that I'm blessed with that I can, go away because I've heard of places where you go and it's just like this big room and everyone's there and you basically have like a chair. And so I am so thankful. So um, they had told me that people should drive me when I go get chemo because you don't know how you're going to feel. So I felt kind of stupid because at that point, I'm fine. Like my port hurt from getting it the day before. And definitely the first day, I could not have made it by myself. I will tell you about that later. But, the first round, like people are picking me up and taking me. And I was like, I just feel kind of stupid because I can drive myself. But they were like, yeah, you might feel fine this time, but next time, like, you have no clue how you'll feel. So if they tell you to have people take you and drop you off and you feel dumb the first time, that's fine. Like, just go with it because you don't know what'll happen the next times. So, first day, my sister comes to pick me up, and I'd got the port the night before, and I was in, you know, pain, morning sickness, distress because I'm starting chemo and all this is happening. And so I was not doing well, like almost fainted, almost threw up, could barely make it to the car. Jordan's taking me to the car and he's like, you gotta breathe. Like your lips are turning blue. And, I didn't feel like I was freaking myself out, but I probably obviously was. So getting there was not fun that first day. But once we got there, they check you in. You get Jordan and I were, making jokes because you get like a wristband like every single time you come in because then they have to scan it every time they give you a drug and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I should save all these wristbands and like give them out as presents or something like that because I already have like a million. I mean, they're in the trash now, but if I saved them, I would probably have so many after this whole thing is over. But they check you in, and then I just went into this room and they have to like get the drugs from the pharmacy, so it can take a while. So they've always given me like a time range of how long it could take. So the first day they're like, it could take like 4 to 5 hours, and then the next days it could take like 5 to 6 or whatever, depending on the pharmacy. So the first day was actually really short, and the first day I only get one drug. So, and the reason it takes so long, I know like my friend asked me this, like they can't give you like all the drugs at the same time. So like first they do an anti-nausea, then they do like another thing, and then they do the actual drugs, and then they do another anti-nausea or whatever after it. So it all has to come in separately at different times, and that's why it takes so long. So the first day was actually pretty short. I think we were only there like 3 or 4 hours, and they were like, well, since it's your first day, it'll take even longer. So it really didn't take that long. And I pretty much just zoned out. Like, they're like, do you want to watch TV? Do you want to read? And I couldn't do anything. It was just, I feel like I was in shock. Like my body was in shock. My mind was in shock. And I tried to read a little, I tried to sleep, but I just pretty much laid there the whole time. Which is probably what my body needed because it was crazy. The second and third day went a lot better. Physically, I didn't feel super sick. And the second day took about 6 hours, I think, and the third day took about 7. So I didn't think the second or the third day would take that long, but it took quite a while. Because they have and they give you Lasix, and then you're peeing like crazy. Like I think I peed like 4 times like in an hour, and it's like a lot because they're pumping you full of all these liquids, and then they make it get out so that your kidneys are flushing out all of the extra stuff that they don't need, because chemo can be really hard on your kidneys. So yeah, so it was just it was kind of weird. Like my sister kept asking me, and people kept asking me, and they're like, do you feel it? Like, do you feel the chemicals and the toxins going into your body? And I'm like, no, I'm just laying here with, like hooked up to my port. Like I don't really feel anything. So this time it wasn't that bad. Next time I have no clue. I don't know if it'll hit me sooner, or, just the knowledge of what's happening and how I responded this past time, will make it seem worse, or again, if it'll kind of be like a little retreat, because I'm away and I can just relax and not have to worry about taking care of Grayson and stuff. So I'm trying to think what else. For me, my port has worked really well so far. So they just put everything through my port. It doesn't hurt. I put lidocaine on it, and it's like been super easy. So I'm so thankful for that. And they just give you everything. They clean it out. I will say I'm going to do another video after this one about just the effects of it so far. But yeah, so chemo, not super bad this time. The actual getting it Monday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it really wasn't that horrible this time. So we'll see what happens next time. But yeah, so that was it. We went, they give it to you. I got free room service. People brought me food and stuff, and that was nice. And they have really nice beds and whatever. So you just kind of chill. So yeah, that was my chemo for the first time. It's been a week, and I will go back in about a week and a half. It's Friday, and I'll go back a week from Wednesday. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was my first chemo.